if I am about to share something about my learnings in biogeography that is about the theory of island biogeography. So the theory of island biogeography basically predicts the diversity in the islands or in islands that is isolated or from the mainland. So basically, this theory explains that when the islands are larger and near closer to the mainland, it has to be the island that have the most species that can be found, and as well as those islands that are really far from the mainland and as well as small, it has to be the island that have the least species that can be found. So this theory basically tells you that in predicting the island diversity, it has to rely on the distance and as well as the size of the island. The distance of the islands from the mainland, to be specific. So the thing that is really important about this theory is that it will help you understand how species diversify, because in this theory it does not only tackle that simple concept but as well as it involves a lot of different ecological factors such as immigration and extinction or adaptation. So here there are adaptations that has to be made because of course when some species or organism colonize, it has to adjust to its new environment that it will be fit on, and as well as there could be an extinction because there's a constant competition when it comes to the islands, especially that they are isolated, because if there will be new species that would try to colonize, if they cannot survive the competition between these species in terms of the in terms of food or other needs that they have to have in order to survive. So basically it is really important to understand these concepts and as well as help us to strategize on what is the best conservation methods or strategies, tactics that we could do in order to help us in our current situation, especially that we are challenged by the effects or the impacts of climate change. So that would be all, and thank you so much, Ma'am, for helping us learn all of this through your guidance in this. And
Biogeography is a branch of biology that analyzes current and historical patterns of biological diversity as well as the environmental and historical factors that influences them, and study the geography, history, ecology, and evolution of living things.
All of these aspects, slope, altitude, etc., are important in order to understand the diversity and distribution of life on Earth, like the fauna and especially the flora. All of these land masses and non-living aspects of life contribute and are related on how to know and understand life. The living things and the geography of Earth investigates how populations grow, interact, and survive, as well as how communities form and change, and how environmental factors like climate, substrate, topography, and disturbance influence animals and plants. Investigates how populations grow, interact, and survive, and investigates the connections between biogeography and conservation, and how it explains the fundamental concepts in life system, history, geography, and ecology, illustrating how life has adapted to its biological and physical circumstances and continues to do so.
So hello ma'am, so here are my main takeaways in my learnings about the biogeography class. So biogeography is the study of the geographical distribution of flora and fauna across the Earth's landscape. So it divides the Earth's surface into regions called biomes based on the composition of flora and fauna as a result of current and historical causes. These causes are brought about through evolutionary process that gave birth to different species and genus, past and current climates and geographic characteristics that would have impacted the movement of flora and fauna. So my main takeaway for the biogeography class is the theory of island biogeography. So here's an example. So think of a large office building. So it can hold many different people, possibly even different companies. So a smaller building will hold far few people and may be limited on one or two different companies. So the limit is due to the amount of space. So a larger space can hold more people and more companies, while a smaller space can't hold as many. So the same idea applies to the island biogeography. So the theory of island biogeography simply says that a larger island will have a greater number of species than a smaller island. So for this theory, an island is an ecosystem that is remarkably different from the surrounding area. So this could refer to an actual island in the ocean, or it may be an oasis that is surrounded by a desert. So thank you ma'am, and God bless. Bye bye.